Okay, you guys voted for it. This week we are going to be making a stone path. This stone path is going to be the first 9-piece stone path. We're going to be adding to it in the coming weeks. Hopefully you guys are here for it. Let's get started. The very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the stone lines. Now I'm going to show you how to do this. You can go ahead and copy the way I did it. At first I thought I was going to do like a double thickness of the cement in between the lines, and then I ended up changing my mind and going with a thinner version of it just because I thought it looked better. There's going to be a few things that you're going to have to be very mindful of when you're making this stone piece, and it is one of the things that kind of trips everybody up when we're making it. It's not the easiest. It's not like brick, right? Brick is our friend. Brick is easy to make. It's very structured. And stone is not as structured. It just really isn't. So the things you're going to have to be mindful of are the connections between the right and left. I recommend marking a spot the way I did to indicate the center, and then looking around, moving your canvas around. There is a move tool, and just moving it around and cleaning up any connections and lines, making sure all of the stones look like cohesive actual stones. So no matter where it is, where it lies, it's going to look like a stone path no matter how you lay it, and then put it back in place. The first thing I did was make an accent piece out of the middle piece. It's always just good to have another variation of it, and I went ahead and did that. I was inspired by everybody making the little swirly snail stone. I just wanted one, but I didn't want it to be on the main path. I wanted it to be on one of the accent pieces, so it worked out perfectly there for me. The reason I'm starting with a 9-piece path on this is because this is the very most basic section of the path, and I always start with the basic level. Next week we are going to be using our centerpiece, and we're going to be doing kind of a calling crossing thing. We're going to make the leaf edges and the sidewalks that come up on the sides, and some accent pieces for the sidewalks to break up the squareness of them all. And that's the direction we're going to take this path in. It might take 1 or 2 videos to get it all out there, but we are going to explore the entire way to do a stone path. In the very last video, I'm going to take this first basic stone path and I'm going to break it down a little bit more, make it look more worn and vintagey, and maybe like make some accent like skipping stones and whatnot to go with it. So we're going to have a variety of different ways to do a stone path. It is going to be a comprehensive stone tutorial. Hopefully you guys are here for it. I'm excited about it. This is what you guys said you wanted. After this, we are going to move on to some blankets and other things, but hopefully you guys are here for this while we're doing it. Right now I am making some shadows. I just want it to look very detailed, and I want the stones to really look like they're laying on the ground, you know. I'm moving everything around on my canvas to make sure that they're going to be connecting for each other, because this is a repeating path and we're just editing around it. We're reusing the centerpiece over and over again, and then we're just going to find ways to break it up and kind of vary it around the sides, but the way it connects is going to connect every single piece. So we want to make sure that they are connecting properly. We don't want them to look odd when you put pieces next to each other. You don't want it to look like there's a line going through it or anything. So for this one, you are going to have to use that arrow tool. It looks like it's an arrows pointing in 4 different directions. Use that tool, mark your center, and move your piece around. So right off the bat, I decided to start playing with some decorations. This island that I'm working on is like a storybook island. It's like a little story fairy tale island. So I wanted some blue and yellow and white flowers. I wanted it to be very dreamy and fairy-like and fairy tale-like. The structured pieces that I'll be doing next week probably won't be used on this island, but I wanted to make them anyway in order to complete the set for you guys. And I will be adding it in several different variations on my creator code, so you guys could just use mine if you'd like. As always, in the Discord, my pixels are going to be available, so you guys will be able to just download this if you want and copy it exactly if you need to. So that will be in the channel over there in the Discord. We're just going to make the outside surrounding pieces now. And the way I'm doing that is I'm varying off the edges so it doesn't look like it's too much of a repeaty kind of pattern, especially with that center large stone, right? We don't want that to look like it's just in every single square. We don't want it to actually look like it's a repeating pattern, even though it has to be a repeating pattern in order to connect. We just don't want it to be that obvious, you know? So we're just going to do a straight piece, and then that top stone, I'm breaking it up. I don't want one on top of the other. I want to make sure that it's just a little bit varied, you know? I want it to look different. So we're just going to redo our shadows to kind of go with the new stone pattern that I made. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing with every single piece. After I do all of this, I'll go through and add all of the little flower accents. I don't know if you guys want to put flowers on yours, but flowers on mine seem like a really good idea. I love the idea of having like little flowers and leaves on mine, just sprinkled throughout, very sparsely though. I didn't want to overdo it with the flowers, you know what I mean? But I wanted to have some. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're just trying to make sure that all of the pieces connect well. Those are all the goals. I'm sorry if you hear my family in the background. You know the drill. I am a mom. I'm a mom of 7 first and foremost in my life. So that is going to come into play sometimes during videos. You're just going to hear them because I can't make them not. And I can't do these voiceovers while they're sleeping because then I'll wake them up. So yeah, we're just working with what we got in our house. It's okay. When this path was done, I ended up really loving it. I love the color that it came out to be. I'll be sticking my color choices, my color palette, down in the description below. Although I will be putting up some darker and lighter versions of this stone path with and without the flowers. I just really happen to like this color that it came out for my island. I think it's perfect and I'm really excited to be able to use it. I made one stone path in the very beginning, but it had a lot of daisies. It was very worn and it was very pixelated. I don't think it's the vibe that I would be going for now, but it was very early Animal Crossing April, and I'm super proud of it because it was good for where I was at in my journey. It's just not where I'm at now. That is all. I do hope to someday find a way to use it, but I haven't been able to yet. It's been one of those paths where I look at it, it looks nice on screen, but it just doesn't translate into anything practical for me. Let me know if you guys ever do that. Make a code and you're just like, I don't know, it just doesn't fit anywhere for me. Sometimes it happens where I just make a code that I'm not able to use, but hopefully somebody else in the world has found it and maybe liked it themselves. So here we're just taking that center stone and we're adding a fun little variation. I just wanted a lot of little variations. And we're going to go around now and add a bunch of little white and blue flowers. They're just really pretty, and some leaves, and we just want some little accents going on around. We want it to look very whimsical. My island is almost fairycore. It's almost like a blue and white fairycore. It's castles in the sky with clouds and just... It's a very whimsical island, and I want this path to kind of feel very whimsical as well. So hopefully you guys like it. We're just gonna go around and do these little accents, and I'll let you watch me do that, and I'll get with you as soon as we are done. Okay, we're just putting the last bits and bobs of the last pieces onto the last piece, and this is how it looks on the ground. Hopefully you guys like it. I really love how it came out. I know you guys could be doing absolutely anything, and you chose to spend your time here with me, and I really hope you had a great time with me today. Hopefully you enjoy this tutorial and that you make it yourself. And that is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.